They will make an anthill a mountain.
But we'll try. We'll always give it a try. I mean, even though we are trying inside our heart,
I don't think
mhm.
I don't think they are trying.
If she's that kind of hot
Definitely.
person, you can also say, I would love to share things when I'm going through it with you. But however, I don't like the way you increase
Handle
or
things.
intensify those situations. So if we can just, I think if you can have that discussion, this is vulnerability. Hard discussion is vulnerability. Like having the hard
My
talk.
reaction
It's part of being vulnerable.
my
You
reaction
know.
to that is
Mm-hmm.
is a lot of times women would repeat it again. No matter how you discuss it,
True. But
they
we
will go
try.
through it on that part is being able to calm down, relax themselves, and also process it with him. Like having a discussion with him. When a man sees you like, okay, she's not just her emotions are not everywhere. She's processing this with me. What are the next steps we need to take, baby? This is a difficult time or this has happened. What are you thinking about? What's the solution?
Then any reward, like what's the process of after a man portrayed to be vulnerable? Like you'll be vulnerable to this person. How do you feel? What's the internal process like?
Okay, it I think the process always it comes with her reaction to what you've told her. If I'm being vulnerable with my emotions and I let you know that okay, maybe um I was being careless, maybe I gambled and I lost a certain amount of money. And at the end of the day, you are being supportive.
I
You
don't go
get
shout for
angry.
you.
You're supposed to get angry and all that, but at the end of the day, you're being supportive, like you got this. It's not is gambling is not a right it's not a right way to explain it though.
Maybe you just
But
took a risk of investing some
exactly,
set of amount of money without telling
exactly.
her, hoping that if the reward comes out, she's going to be so proud of you. You know, you guys will have a
Exactly.
better life, and then it happens the
It
other
went
way.
out.
Went out, yeah.
Now, if at the end of the day she understands, even after getting mad and all that, and she comes to you and say, baby, we got this. I knew you took this risk for us to be happy and all that for the reward. Probably you want to surprise me and all that.
Mm,
He becomes relaxed and he feels like,
true.
wow.
For her to
Then
think this way.
tomorrow, without hesitating, he would come to you and say, it's like you training a child to be able to trust you, to open up to
So
you. And at the end of the day, you're like, you are mad, you mad child, and all that. Tomorrow, when whatever happens to that child, he'll be like, my past experience was not good. I'll just keep this one to myself. I'll let it
through
slide.
that, through that flight and fight, yes.
But when you let him know that I got you, you got this,
Right.
we are going through this together. Haba, tomorrow he will, you are sleeping,
True.
yourself, he will wake up and say, baby, this is what's up. I can't hold it.
Like
I
you
can't keep it
basically
from you.
be a safe place. You can't even hold
Exactly.
it before it happens, right?
Exactly.
And that's why being teachable, it's the top, is a very, very high thing. Because if you're not teachable, you guys can't meet at that common ground. You get what I mean?
I like the way you put that, being teachable. I like the way you
Yeah,
put that.
it's the key. It's another key point there. If you're not teachable,
Mm-hmm.
your man is really trying hard for you to
Mm-hmm.
understand him, just like the way he's putting effort to understand you. Because
Mm-hmm.
what's relationship? You're teaching me, or I'm teaching you how I want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
also I'm learning how you love to be treated. Teaching me how to learn, how to treat you, how to love you, how to be of good
Mm-hmm.
service to you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because I can't come into your house and you drink coffee without sugar, and then I'm serving you coffee with sugar. I don't know what the effect is
But
going to be. You get the
I,
point?
I, I usually say this to people that you cannot give love and at the end of the day you reap hate. Once you sow
Mm,
love, you definitely get the reward. And another thing I would say, because we're talking about being teachable, is this: a lot of times for you to be able to teach someone is for you to be able to live what you teach. So if you want your man to be vulnerable with you,
be an example of that.
be an example of that. Open up to him, like, baby, this is the way I feel. This is how emotional I am. Not mounting up another pressure on him, but
Hmm.
being able to pass out that information without pressure. Just inform him, because one thing about men is they like information. They like it. Once you're able to inform him and bring it to that level, automatically you're unlocking that door and letting him know that, oh wow, this is okay. She can actually handle this. She can handle this. And that's why you see some men. their woman is their world.
Right.
There is nothing that goes in, that goes out, that she does not know, because she has been able to build that trust, to letting her know that she has allowed him to know that I got you any day, anytime. She has opened up. She has been matured enough to open up, to assist,
I love the word matured
to
because
assist.
yeah, growth with time
Yeah,
you to
exactly.
grow to that place. Yes.
And
Oh
now
my god.
he's able to just unlock and just open. I
Even
felt the
before you
same
ask.
thing I felt about Rachel.
Right.
We're little, but because I just saw that this person is matured, this person is about me. That's
Mm.
why that's why when a lot of women talk about equality,
Ah,
it's a problem. I'm sorry to bring this up, but that's just the truth.
no, talk
Because
about
a man will not submit to anybody aside his boss in the office. So when you try to drag that thing with him, he feels like, okay, she's her own boss. She will not never understand this because it's all about her. It's all about being 50-50. But what women do not know is they're actually the neck that controls the head. And you don't have to go to a power tussle to be able to control him. The moment he sees that, he resents you.
you just took the words off my mouth. That's a whole different topic for another day. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that one, bro. Just continue.
Because there's once you allow somebody know that it's all about you, automatically what he does is he reciprocates that power to you.
It just flows.
It just flows. So that's why I said whatever is your input would be his
Right.
output. It's just simple.
So what do you think about this statement? True
What's
vulnerability
the
is another way. True
okay?
vulnerability is another way of saying I want to learn more, try harder, and I'm willing to
Mhm.
listen with the intent to truly understand for the sake of us existing.
Yeah, I think it's perfect because what vulnerability is not. Vulnerability is not weakness. Sorry, I wrote this down. Vulnerability does not equal weakness. Vulnerability is the possibility of being exposed to attack, harm, or loss, while weakness is a lack of physical or mental strength.
Hmm.
So vulnerability is
Vulnerability
not
is
weakness.
strength.
Yes, it is strength in its sense, being able to build. Okay, the Bible says something. The Bible says a two-cord broom cannot be broken, but one broom by
Ye-
itself can be easily broken.
right.
Now, once partners have gotten to that point of being vulnerable, it builds a strength. It builds a
Yeah.
unity between them,
Man, the
and they're
bond is
able to
stronger than
grow
ever.
and overcome anything. And I'll tell you something funny that happened. I told you about my first relationship, Rachel.
Yeah.
There was something that happened while we were dating. The mom gave me a phone to go fix, and
Okay.
I think the person fixing the phone was giving me issues. I cannot remember what happened, but I was not able to get the phone on time. So she called me and she was angry because I was I was vulnerable to Rachel, and she knows
Hmm.
me. Even before we spoke, because it was difficult for me to get across to her at that point. Before we spoke, the same answer, what she told her mom when I was able, because I needed to. I think her phone was also. I think her mom took her phone,
Hmm.
her SIM in her phone. So her mom was making use of her phone. So the only way I could reach her was to speak to the mom. So the funny thing is, when I spoke to the mom, exactly what Rachel told the mom was what I told the mom.
Oh.
Because we had been vulnerable to each other. We knew each other to a level that she knew what I would say in that situation. I told her I was not feeling fine and I'm just recovering. I would go to Alaba when I'm much better. That was exactly what she told the mom. So when I told the mom to give her the phone for me to speak with her, and we spoke, then she asked me, "What did you tell my mom?" So I said, "I told her I was not feeling too strong." She said, "Correct, guy. I know you." That's exactly I told her. That's what vulnerability does. It just gives you an insight to this person's mind because you know this person's weakness, you know that person's strength, you know what they would say in a situation. Because you guys are just
Right.
open to each other, it just flows. That information just flows. It's like Wi-Fi being connected to each other. That's what it does. It connects you.
Yes.
It
You,
synchronizes you. That's the word.
yes, because it has given you a certain level of access that you can't give to any other person.
Yes.
I think people say
Yes. That.
vulnerability is weakness because you're vulnerable to this person is making you more weak. Weak in the sense that this person can throw anything at you because he or she knows where to get you. You get what I mean? I think that's why it's
Yes,
perceived as weakness, but otherwise it's
yes,
the case though. And
yeah, because they can actually use it against you. If that person is a bad person, they can actually use it against you in the nearest future.
you
You was about
talking,
to say something.
I have a question. You talking is like this your first love. You've not gotten that kind of connection with anybody else. I'm
No,
not
I
sure.
haven't
Have
because
you?
my next relationship, I tried being vulnerable to her, and it just messed me up. It messed me
And
up on
that
every ground.
and that's making you shrink back from
Yes,
being
I've not been able
open
to.
to get to that
Exactly.
person. You know, but don't worry, the Lord will send you your own helper.
Amen.
Your own helper. So what advice will you give to the other sex, gender? We ladies, what advice will you give us to,
Okay.
how can we be of help so that our men will be more relaxed with us, be more comfortable because that's what we really want. Well, I guess we struggle with creating or sustaining that atmosphere or environment that makes a man, grow in that vulnerability state. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yes, it does. My advice basically would be to a woman that for the leaders, they should they should first be vulnerable to the man,
So we have to come first.
allowing him know. Yes, definitely.
Hey.
Yes, I think they have to go first. They have to let him know that you can be open with me because I'm open towards you, and being able to express themselves better, not without adding pressure, like I said earlier, without adding pressure. Then I think they also should learn to be vulnerable with assistance, not taking it that is a man's duty, is a man's duty, because what she's just doing is she's just mounting up more pressure on him. You understand?
Hmm. Okay.
For instance, okay, you said something about finance. I would say yes, some men may not be vulnerable with their finance because imagine this scenario: you give your woman borrows you 5,000 naira, for instance, or 20,000 naira. You give her 100,000 naira, and she's asking you for that 20,000 naira, that 5,000 naira back that you
Hmm.
borrowed. To a man, he's like, I just give you 100,000 naira. Now, what it does to him is he's letting him know that I cannot be vulnerable with my finance
Yeah.
because she does not actually really care. What she wants is she wants hers. She will not bring hers to share. But I have to meet up. I have to do this. I have to do that. So that's also adding pressure on him not to be able to open up certain things to her. I don't know if I'm making sense.
I think you're bringing a branch of the old feminism movement that went south. I think you're bringing a branch of it, but that's going to be a whole video on its own. Because having said that, is there a way to protect and accommodate when your man has been vulnerable to you now? He's already vulnerable to you. How do we protect and
Oh, there is.
accommodate
There's a
his
lot of way.
vulnerability?
There is a lot of way. First off, it's countless. Like it's a lot. First off, whatever he has opened up, be it emotions, be it information, keep it to
Mm,
yourself. That's the most important thing. A good instance would be two couples that have been able to open up to themselves in time. Now, there's a little quarrel that goes on, and you start spilling certain things out. That's a big blow to a man. It's the biggest of all. Or not even spilling it out to another person, you bringing it up when there's an argument. And now, so you carry this thing, go through that time. Wow, you just killed, you just spoiled the whole thing that you've tried to build in time. Because he may not even say anything, he may just be like, okay, and that's it. You've just killed confidence, you've killed trust, you've killed a lot of things. That's why I said earlier on that women are emotional beings. So they tend to react when in certain scenarios they
mm.
just go all out and just react. But without thinking, they just give out certain information or just rub certain things on his face. That was how you
Even though
took that
she's
risk.
playing with it, even though she's just joking, like
Oh
you
no,
guys are
don't
just
joke.
having fun,
Don't joke with that information. No, you can joke with any other thing.
not his
See,
vulnerability.
the truth is
Mm,
this:
mm,
if it's been done to a woman, even with jokes, she would not take it.
True that.
She'll be like, ah, because I told you this.
True.
You get so do not
Yeah.
play with it. Just leave that information. It's for you. So leave it out of anything that is going on. When you see it repeat itself, you can only drop a reminder, like I said, without adding pressure. You could call sit him down like, don't you notice that there's been this circle of we keep going round. This same thing happened to us, and try to bring yourself to that picture, not putting
Not
it
just
like
him. Yeah.
a lot of persons would make that mistake and say, ah, the same thing that happened. This is the same thing happened to you, so that's what time. But bring it to this same thing happened to us this time when we made this mistake. Now you're letting it. You're just building that confidence more for him to be open, and he will definitely learn from it because the truth is, a man is proud because they see themselves as a lot of things:
Hmm.
provider, caregiver, caretaker, a lot of things. So, but once you're able to share that thing and share that joy, you're letting him know in other sense that we are one. That is how you strive to be able to win him to be open. So if you have been playing with that kind of thing, like, hey, that was how you, please don't,
Don't do it.
it's not
Don't
helping.
do it.
Don't
Okay.
do it.
So I was mentioning finances the last time or earlier because I
Mm-hmm.
feel if men can be vulnerable with how much they're making, what the incoming finances, it will be easier for, I would say, good women out there to know how to contribute to lessen the burden. That was why I was there.
Mm,
You get what I mean? So I'll know how to
yeah.
come in. I can tell you, okay, why not focus on this and I focus on this? Because I don't, what's the happiness of seeing my man so stressed? How do I enjoy it?
Mm,
You get my point? So it doesn't make sense. I want to see you happy. I want to be happy. You get my point? So I feel that's the
mm-hmm.
way it could work if they can come to that place of being vulnerable. Okay, this is what is coming in this month. This is what is coming. Just continuous updates. And this is the way it should be from also the for ladies. I think so. Women are open with their finances. But I'm just saying if it could be this way more, yes, I said that. If you could do it more, it would really lessen body on each other. They could enjoy themselves more, without thinking. And even though you're thinking, I'll be able to say, oh, don't let that bother you. You know, we'll find
Okay.
a way around it. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. But in other sense, what I would like to also point out about this is when he's been open to finances, and you know that okay, hobby ends 150K, and at the end of the
Mm,
day, he's bringing 100,000.
mm.
Don't be so quick to dash out and ask too many questions and add more pressure. There are a lot of things that men does that could actually piss their wives off or their woman off. But like I said, go about it in a matured way.
Like what? What did they do?
Ac- Accept it first. Okay, for instance, I give my I'm earning 150K, and I give my
Mm-hmm,
woman 100,000, and she
mm-hmm,
just go, what of the remaining 50,000? I thought you earned a 150. Why are you
mm-hmm.
bringing? It's a turn off for me. I may just say, okay, but
But
there's
she's
a way
trying
to
to
go
know,
about
what do
it.
you do? Yes, the
It is
approach.
the manner. It's
The
the
approach.
manner. Yes. So you could just even take it and later on, and you just go to him and like, babe, what did you do with 50K? You
Yeah.
see the way I think about it, even with a smile. And I was like, yeah, I would, you understand, but some things is just tussle. Some women is just tussle. Like, and at the end
Fight.
of the day, it just feels like he just resents. Like, this person resents me. He just goes back to his shell.
Goes
But
back to his shell. Yeah.
there are ways to go about it. And he would open up and say certain things. Ah, okay, babe, it's like this. It's like this. I sent 20K to this. Or I did this with this. At the end of the day, peace will reign.
And that's the whole essence, man.
Exactly.
For
That's the
peace.
point. For
Nobody
peace.
wants to come back to
Of
war
mind.
zone. For peace of mind. Thank you so much, Archie. I really enjoyed this discussion. Like we're just branching and branching, but at the end, I
Yeah,
think I enjoyed this video, and I hope you as well enjoyed.
definitely I
Thank
did.
you.
I just hope I was not everywhere. I was not just
There is no how
and
we
I
be
hope
having conversation and we are not everywhere. Please,
yeah.
even my videos I'm everywhere. So there is no how, because the more you talk, the more you see like this side they this side is part of it, this side.
Hmm.
So a bit of everything makes it whole.
Yeah.
So we just have to keep working, being
Hmm.
intentional about serving each other right.
Yeah.
Women should stop being selfish. The way we are praying for a good husband, husbands out there, good husbands out there are praying for good wives. We can do better. So this is the whole essence of making this or picking this topic, men and
Hmm.
vulnerability. We need to create a beautiful environment for our men out there
Each
to
other.
to be the best they can be. And
Hmm.
we know the struggle out there. So when they come in, we are their fan when they're out there. We should also be their cheerleader or
Period.
their refuge, their safe place, their resting place
Mm,
when they're at home. So God is helping
yeah.
us. No one is
Amen.
perfect, and that's
Mhm.
the whole essence of live chats with VickyBest. So thank you for viewing.